Happy Tuesday. And welcome to this lunchtime live. Hi, how are you doing? It's Maxie here. I know you haven't seen me for a while. If you're watching me on YouTube, hello. Hello to my Facebook friends. Hello to my group friends if you're watching me right now. I know we haven't seen each other for a bit, but I'm coming on live because I wanted to share something about fear and overcoming fear and how fear does actually sabotage you in a huge way. So let me just start. If you're watching me from all sorts of any kind of platform, let me know who you are in the center. Hello, Beanie He. It's nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Let me know where you're watching me from, who you are in the comments, and today I'm going to answer some of those questions for you. Okay, and it's a really specifically titled about fear because guess what? You haven't seen me in a bit if you watch me on YouTube, but I've been working on some things. I've been working on creating a new tool, a new resource for all my followers, my clients, my students who love what I do. And I really wanted to I'll be able to tell you a bit more about it in a minute. So let me know who you are, where you're watching this from, and if this is your first time, and if you haven't seen me online for a while, don't worry. It's all very good. Okay? It's all good. Okay? All right. Let me know also what you're doing this lunchtime. What are you having to eat? Um, don't laugh at me. I just had plantain crisp, which is not a lot, with a protein bar, and then I'm gonna have a proper meal after that. But yeah, yes. Let me start rambling. So today I'm going to talk about how fear stops you, how fear stops us in so many ways, specifically when it comes to showing up on camera, which is also a reason why you probably haven't seen me. I've been working on this resource for the last maybe 2.5 months and working hard towards it, working to pull the efforts that my students have asked me, my members have asked me, you guys have asked me, and kind of looking how I can improve things. The reason why I decided to do this was because I kept hearing the needs and the problems that some of you who've asked me in the past, and I really started taking that into consideration and really started listening. Most of the time, the reason why we are fearful of showing up is because we're afraid of failure, and we're afraid of what people will do and what people will say about us. And that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of where I was in a little way, because I was kind of afraid of, will this look good? Um, will this work? Will anyone be interested in what I have to offer? Is it really going to make a difference? And how useful is this? How can it make a difference to you, and how can it make a difference to me? When we are in our feelings, when we are in our emotions, and those emotions tell us that we are not valuable and we are not at the same level, we tend to play small. And I have two stories for you. I have one where a couple of my students who have worked with me have been afraid to show up simply because of the way they looked and the way they sounded. And a few of them have been in my membership, in my classes, and I'm going to tell you one story of one of my students. And I won't tell you the name. She'll be probably watching this, so I'll just tell you. So one of my students who creates a lot of different craft had an issue when it came to overthinking and personal self esteem. And for her, showing up on camera was a terrifying thing because she didn't know what to say. She didn't know if anyone would be interested in what she had to say. Age wasn't an issue. The way other people might see it was an issue. And it just kind of felt like, how could she be herself when there weren't enough visibility or images of people that looked like her? So when she first came on board, she had a lot of struggle when it came to, okay, you got to do this now, you got to show up, and she was still kind of struggling. It was a big struggle for her. And I remember when I kept telling her, you really do need to take a step further and work with me in the group and join the paid membership. She was really hesitating. She was really hesitating because she didn't really make that time for herself. And how many of you often not make time for yourself? You know who you are? Put your hand up. You put everybody else first and you don't make time for yourself, or you make time for yourself at the last minute. Yeah? Let me know in the comment if that's you. You know who you are. Now, I was one of those people. I'm a recovering selfaholic. I guess that's the best way to put it. I put other people first. And that basically was my student's problem. She was putting other people first. And that was the issue. So the issue is when we are fearful of something, we are fearful of other people's perceptions, we're fearful of putting ourselves first. And we feel like if we put ourselves first, it is a selfish act. It is kind of an evil act almost. But what you have to realize is being selfish is the most healthiest thing at this specific moment. It's specifically if you are trying to grow and develop yourself. You've got to be selfish with your development. You can't tell the whole world that you're trying to lose weight all at the same time, because some people are gonna put you down. Some people are gonna tell you that you can't do it. You can't share with every single person that you have this amazing idea and you want to sell or create this innovative product. They're going to tell you can't do it. They're going to tell you it's a foolish idea, it's stupid, and they will tear you apart. So you've got to find the right people to be surrounded with, but most of all, you've got to be selfish. You have to be really, really selfish about your development. So when you are making this decision to show up and to share your expertise, to share what you do, you've got to do it with all you've got. You've got to do it with the ability that you have, but you also have to do it with knowing that you are doing it for a greater cause. Yeah. So another another person that struggled with this was myself. I was afraid, and I was stopping myself from showing up because I actually thought, well, I've never done this before. Who's going to watch me? People are going to look at me. I might sound funny. I don't like watching myself. I don't like the sound of myself. And, I mean, what's the point? You know, but after a moment of continuous conversation with myself, I realized that I had nothing to lose, like absolutely nothing to lose. I saw all these different people sharing their stories and sharing it in their own version. I remember the person that really inspired me was Maria Forleo. Back in the days, I used to watch all of her videos. I don't know if you guys know Maria Forleo, but if you do, let me know in the comments. Marie Forleo was one of these crazy business woman. She was like, oh God, she was like the business coach. She used to dance. She used to crack jokes. But she was a business coach. She was so serious, and I thought to myself, I couldn't be myself because people will call me crazy. People will call me weird, and I've been called weird all my life. I've been called crazy and all sorts of names and labels my whole life. And I don't really want other people to continue to call me those things. I really want to I really want them to respect me. Do you know what I mean? If you feel me, let me know in the comments, okay? If you feel me, yeah, let me know in the comments. You want people to take you seriously. So, I had to make a decision because when I started showing up, I remember I was going through a really, really difficult time. And I had to make those decisions. And I thought, okay, if I don't show up, then I'm letting myself down. If I do show up, then I'm leaving a legacy. I am living up to my parents' name. But now, more than anything, when I decide to show up, I show up because I truly believe that by showing up, I'm giving another woman that looks like me, an opportunity to realize that she can do it. My goal is to inspire you guys. Like when I inspire you guys, I get so much energy and so much confidence and so much electricity through my body. But then I am also a little bit much of an introvert. So when I've done all my showing up, I like to hide. I like to go back under the covers. You feel me? How many of you are like that? How many of you do that? If you do that, let me know in the comments so I can see it. You're probably a culprit just like me. So yeah, I like to hide back, and it's not easy to get back up. It's not easy to get back out there, but you've got to make it because there's an audience that's specifically waiting and looking for what you have to provide. More than anything, now more than ever, I realize that my audience needs to know that they can determine the type, they have the choice of the type of people that they work with. They can own the they can own and create the stories and the narrative where they have they can earn the money they want to. They can work with the people they want to work with. They can put the image out that they want people to see. It doesn't have to be something that looks like a copy of someone else. It has to be something that's authentic to themselves. So in sharing this, I want you guys to realize that fear, what is fear, is questionable. You've got to question every single thought that you have, even to the fact that just a few weeks ago when I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna come back online. I've been doing all my creating all my tools and my courses, and now I have to come back on camera, and I'm just like, I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling kind of, oh, I haven't seen people for so long. How are people gonna react? All these thoughts were coming through my mind. But one thing is for sure, I realized more than anything that my purpose is to help you guys to be more empowered, is to inspire you to create the choices, to own the situation, to own the choices. So I want to invite you guys to something that I've been working so hard on today. If you whatever you're watching right now, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I want to invite you guys. I'm going to be hosting my first training session, which is to talk about my resource and how it can help you, and also kind of show you how valuable and how important it is and beneficial it could be for you. How you can use it by yourself without having to have me with you, but you can actually come back to a community where it will support you all the way through. So today, I'm doing is I'm organizing an event called "Create Your Story and Own Your Narrative," and the title of the event is really important because if you don't create your story, someone will determine your narrative. Do you agree? Yes? No? Let me know in the comments. If you don't create your story, someone will determine your narrative. They will determine your outcome, what happens so often. Like when we turn on the TV and we go online, we see so many different types of versions of ourselves, which we didn't choose to see. So being in control of your story will determine what type of narrative that you will have. It will determine, as I said before, it's going to determine who you work with, what type of person you work with. Just like, for example, if you're in a dating situation, choosing who you want to date, choosing who you want to talk to, choosing who you attract, attracting the right people towards you, attract people, the right people in your community. Those are the most powerful thing that you need to do and you need to work on. If you're able to do that, then eventually the narrative will be yours rather than someone else's. And how powerful is that? It's truly powerful to be in control of those things. So I want to invite you I've left a link in the comments wherever it is. You might be able to see it right now. If you're on YouTube, you'll probably see it. What you need to do is you need to join the group to have access to the special discounts I'm going to give today. But it's also, the training today is completely free. So even if you don't stick around for the rest, at least you're going to learn something. So come and join us today. It's going to be 7 p.m. UK and 2 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. CT, Central Time. What I want you guys to remember is the only way to get rid of the fear is truly to be able to embrace that specific reason that you have. If your reason is clear, why you're showing up, then whatever fear you have will be lesser than the reason. The fear that you have is not going to disappear. I'm not going to tell you it's going to disappear. It's not going to go away. However, knowing that you have a reason, the reason will trump the fear. You hear me? Knowing that you have that specific reason, the reason will trump the fear. So make sure you have a clear reason why you're showing up, who you're showing up for, what is the purpose. It's got to be personal. It's got to be something that hurts even. For me, I know that there are other women that look like me that need to see me. And I have a bigger goal that I want to reach women all over the world. I want to reach women in Africa. I want to reach women in Asia, in Arab countries, in European countries, in South America, all over the world. And that's where my heart is. I want to make sure that I give women the tools that they can be in charge of themselves. They can determine who they're going to be, how they're going to be, who they're going to work with, and what money they're going to be making, and the type of people they're going to have the choice to be with. So if that's you and you want to gain visibility, clarity, confidence, and you want to influence your audience truly and authentically, just remember, know your reason and join me today. I'll see you 7. And I'll come back for my YouTubers and give you a lowdown of what's been happening with me and why you haven't seen me. Okay, my people, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful lunchtime afternoon, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right, then.